What actually makes BMW so great? Well, it's pretty simple. It's the performance and sportiness coupled with luxury and their unique styling. And there is one model that perfectly meets all of these criteria. It is the 6 Series. And yeah, I know. Others are awesome too. For example, the M2, the 3 Series, the 5 Series and blah blah blah. But I still think that the 6 Series is the perfect match. So I'll state my reasons in the rest of this video. Let's start with the design. They come as coupe, grand coupe or convertible. And because they are very big and spacious cars, you get luxury level comfort for every seat and a lot of cargo area. So you can perfectly daily drive this thing. And it also looks very different to other BMWs. Like the grille and headlight have this kind of weird placement, and also the rear lights are very slim and wide, but I think it looks awesome, though you might need to get used to it first. But here's something you should know about the generations. The first one came as a coupe only, the second one is a coupe and convertible, then the third one introduced the Grand Tour, and the fourth generation is just an ugly Gran Turismo that doesn't fit the 6 Series lineup and is basically a rebranded 5 Series GT. If you want to buy a used car or want to check the history of yours, a friend or a family member's car and make sure that you paid a reasonable price and that it hadn't been in any accident, fraud or whatever, just check out the first link down in the video description. Now to get back to the 6 Series, let's talk about performance. And those cars really pack a punch. Every generation is front engine and rear wheel drive, and with the third generation they introduced optional all wheel drive. And they also have some really exciting engine options. The first generation comes with different inline sixes gasoline only with about 176 to 256 horsepower. And you could get a 4 or 5 speed manual transmission or a 3 or 4 speed auto. And now the second generation is the most special one. You get 3 liter inline sixes with about 260 horsepower, then you could option for 4.8 liter V8 with 362 horsepower, and then the ultimate 5 liter V10 with 500 horsepower. It's the same one as in the E60 M5 and it sounds like this. You can also get a 3 liter inline 6 turbo diesel with about 286 horsepower, but I don't even know if you care about this one. With the transmission you could get 6-speed automatic or manual transmissions and a 6 or 7-speed sequential. Then the third generation has a 3 liter turbocharged inline 6 with 315 horsepower or a 4.4 liter twin turbo V8 with 444 horsepower. In the M6 it had 553 horsepower. You could also get a 3 liter twin turbo inline 6 diesel with 308 horsepower. You could get 8-speed autos or 6 or 7-speed dual clutch transmission. Then the boring 4th generation 2 liter inline 4 with 255 horsepower and the 3 liter inline 6 with 335 horsepower. 8-speed automatic only, and nobody cares about this gen. My third argument for the ultimate awesomeness of this car is actually reliability for most of the engines. I mean, the V10 is obviously not. They are notoriously expensive to maintain. But then the V8s are fine and the inline 6s are great. So they overall are doing surprisingly well. So reliability is not an excuse to not get one of those cars. But regardless, repairs are still gonna be expensive because they are top level luxury cars. And point number 4 is of course the amount of tech and features this car has. BMW always pushes those high-end tech things in their high-end cars. And the 6 Series is not an exception. And I mean, some are awesome and some kind of weird. So you get stuff like a lot of different assists for pretty much everything, and things like an amazing dynamic suspension. It is the perfect mix of sportiness and executive comfort. There also are a lot of things for fuel efficiency in this car. Then you get stuff like head-up displays, 360-degree cameras, and some smaller things. So it's a really well-rounded up combo. You get sportiness, luxury, comfort, practicality and reliability. And now to the next point, which is that they built a freaking race car out of this thing. They took the M6 and made it even more extreme. They built a GT3 and a GT-LM that used 4.4 liter twin turbo V8s that put out 585 horsepower and deliver it to the rear wheels only. And apart from being super fast and handled very well, it's another sign for their reliability. They built a Le Mans racing version, the one race in the world where half of the things you need is reliability. They also just look so freaking mean. I mean, all GT3 cars are like super wide and beefy, but the M6 is something else. Because the wide body, the car being super low, the giant wing and all the stickers really suit the car. And you know what else is special? You leaving a like, because it really helps me out. I really just think that the M6 is, or at least was before this thing, just such a special car. I mean, most BMWs look pretty similar, but the 6 Series was really standing out. It has a front end that can look really weird if you see it for the first time. And the entire shape too, just so big yet so elegant. And all of that hidden in the coupe body. And the same goes for the rear end. They just had different ideas for them, and I really like them. They are also perfectly matched with a bunch of power, so I just think it's the best BMW out there. And it is completely underrated. So just let me know what you think down in the comments, because I can well understand if you love something like an M3, a 5 Series, or maybe even an X5 more. Everyone is free to have their own opinions, and BMWs are just nice overall. So on that note, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, so maybe I'll see you in another video.